Number 3 worst film of 2009 stars someone who I had high hopes for with my Big Fat Greek Wedding some years back, Nia Vardalos. She comes up with My Life in Ruins, and she plays a tour guide in Greece who meets a guy she can't stand, so of course she's in love with him. Oh, sorry, just got tired of describing that. Anyway, the guy's name, this is his actual name, Bupi Kaka. Yes, my 3.5-year-old sister might find that funny. I don't. And I didn't find any of this movie funny. And Richard Dreyfuss, poor legendary Richard Dreyfuss, goes along for the ride in this film. And he just looks lost. He looks more lost than Keanu Reeves at the Oscars. I mean, this is ridiculous. And here's a film that tries to build on My Big Fat Greek Wedding, finding an unlikely romance. But here's the problem. They actually liked each other at My Big Fat Greek Wedding. They actually had chemistry. There was a reason for them to like each other. There's no reason why these two should like each other. They're both miserable, awful people. And even they shouldn't be together. They should be with somebody that could try to make them happy. Nobody's making them happy here. I mean, I don't see why they're all of a sudden happy because they're starting to get to know each other. To me, it just doesn't work. This thing that makes a film like this so frustrating is that it has such a talent like Nia Vardalos, who's smart enough because she wrote and put together My Big Fat Greek Wedding herself. She did it all herself. And yet, did she not realize, did she not go up to the directors and the makers of this film and say, this is stupid? Is Nia just collecting a paycheck because Connie and Carla flopped so bad years ago? I really hope so, because if any other reason she did this movie, I'd have to beat her down horribly, and I don't hit women at all, but in Nia Vardalos' case for making this film, I might make an exception. My Life in Ruins is just another romantic mess. Right, number 2, the runner-up for the worst film of 2009 is Crank, High Voltage. And let me tell you something, by the 10th minute, this film was sucking wind so bad that people in the first 5 rows passed out from oxygen deprivation. It'd be funny if it wasn't so sad. Jason Statham is back from the first Crank film, which wasn't much better than this, as Chev Chelios. Now he has a working heart, but it's been stolen. So now he has a weird, artificial, mechanical one. I don't really want to get into it. It's just mess after mess after mess, action scene after action scene, with no real flow, no real plot, no real story. I understand most action scenes don't have a plot. I just want action movies to be entertaining. This is not entertaining. It's just explosion, and try to one-up the intensity of one scene after another. But yet, when you want intensity in an action film, you have to build it up into the final conclusion. This film just tries to outdo the scene before it. Okay, what about the stuff between? It was boring. And Jason Statham, who, in my opinion, is a very good action star, who's done some very good films in the past, and is actually not a half-bad actor. He's completely lost here. He looks like he's into the role, but at the same time, he's lost within this dumb movie that has some of the stupidest characters I've come across in an action film, including former child star Corey Haim. Corey, nice to see you working again, buddy, but dude, you look like basically what I described as Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter, who just downed the lifetime supply of Slim Fast. Maybe that's what the makers of this film were going for, I don't know. And it's sad that the late David Carradine ended his career with this junk. He deserved a lot better, let me tell you. Crank High Voltage is just one big action mess that just left me shaking my head and walking out of the theater thinking, have you betrayed me, cinema? Even action films, which I normally enjoy, are, in my opinion, the genre in the biggest danger of dying right now. Crank High Voltage is the runner-up. What's the worst? Tune into the next video.